welcome back.
I have full health.
Spider-Man.
And
Yeah, because, you know, health is so important, I guess.
So much for you.
It was so important in the last
Goddamn
fight.
man.
Just threw it away and he was fucking fine. Just punch him. Just beat the shit out of him. Just beat him good. His friend just comes up and kicks you. Really? You have a gun and that's what you're gonna do? He's dead. He's dead, Jim.
he's dead, Jim.
Those are grenades. You should probably not be that close to them.
Stay away from her.
They're not near her.
Yeah, he's referencing May, but she's so far away right now. Alright, goodbye.
Okay.
Gotta break.
Did you see
No, I saw it. It's like, you know what that is? So, the way that that's programmed, the ball itself at the very front is the physical, like, projectile. But the trail, like the tail at the end of it, is just locked in position, so it's like the edge of the sprite. So Autodesk Maya, the animation program that I use, does the exact same thing. So if you have sprites with tails, and they'll spawn with the tail already at the maximum length.
Yeah.
So if they spawn in, the tails are just randomly scattered all over the place, and then you see them like that for a frame, and then they start moving.
Oh god.
So if you have 1,000 sprites with streaks on them, oh, what the fuck? Oh, it got too far away.
Yeah.
So if you have 1,000 sprites with streaks on them, they'll just spawn with like a spider web of tails and ready.
I can't.
Look, Spidey's an excellent figure skater. I bet he would be though, wouldn't he?
I can't attach that helicopter.
No, you cannot. The one helicopter in the game, I don't believe you. I don't believe you can. Goodbye. He's left the room. I guess I'm playing now. Nick has the controller. He's in the bathroom. I think he might be trying to drown himself in the sink. Nope, he's just screaming. He is just screaming. Honestly, I can't even tell if he's unhappy because he screams. He screams a lot, particularly when he's happy. That's kind of like his thing. What the fuck am I? Oh god, even I failed that. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it again. Let's go one more time. Oh god. Okay. No. Hey, wait. Come back. That's a fail. That's a fail, right? That is a hard fail. Yep, there it is. I think he actually decided to either kill himself or go to the... Nope, he's coming back. He actually used the bathroom while he was in the bathroom.
I actually just had to use the bathroom.
Did you?
I was just gonna go in there, and I was like, well, I could scream into the towel and make that a stupid bit, but that'd just be dumb.
Did you actually scream into the towel?
Yes.
Oh, well, that might have been somewhat disgusting because that towel really needs washed. Handing the controller back to Dane as soon as he's done. Alright, I guess I'll give it one more college try. Where did that expression come from? Is that just like, I'll bullshit my way through it kind of thing?
From what I learned from my father and from my uncle, I think he started about in the 70s.
Are those reliable sources of information?
My dad, no. My uncle, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
'Cause I will believe whatever word comes out of your mouth next.
My Uncle Todd actually is a very reliable
I believe the
source.
word, Look, I did it!
Oh, you mean I did it?
Yes, you did. You have the controller in your hand now. This is referencing my favorite sequence in the movie, I believe. The whole... Yeah, it is. I'm going to put a link in the description here, if I remember, to the, one of the greatest videos on YouTube, which is the train sequence of the Spider-Man 2 movie with the pizza delivery theme from this game overlaid on top of it.
Oh my god.
It's fucking amazing. And after this, we will pause and jump cut while I show you that video.
Okay.
And you will love every second of your life.
Amazing.
Amazing.
What if she's like, but Spidey, this is the Bronx. I live in 34th. I live on 34th and 3rd in Manhattan. I'm pretty sure they don't connect ever.
I don't know. But before you continue, alright, go ahead and pause it real quick.
Okay.
And I'm just going to show you this. Anyway, we're back.
I need to look up.
That is hands down my favorite scene in Spider-Man 2. Just because it's ridiculous and dumb, and it ends with something like 300, 400 New Yorkers all deciding together to not reveal Spider-Man's secret identity because he just throws his mask off because it's like singed.
Yeah.
It's just... It's so ridiculously implausible that it's perfect.
Better get moving. There's no time
It's
to
so
lose.
stupid, I love it.
That's awesome.
That aside, Spider-Man 2 is one of, if not my favorite superhero movie. I know it's not an amazing movie, but I don't know. It's something about it I just love.
You know what my favorite superhero movie
What's
is?
that, Dane?
Homecoming.
Is it?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Spider-Man Homecoming is pretty fucking great.
It was
Pretty fucking great, dude.
fucking good.
It was good.
You know, but I was gonna say, cause like I've talked to a couple people and they're like, no, my favorite superhero movie is, and I'm like, what? And they're like, Deadpool, and I'm like, nope.
Like, okay, you know, that is a valid choice. The Deadpool movie was hilarious. It was a great movie.
He's not a superhero.
He's... No. Like, I will say that can definitely be considered part of the superhero genre.
My hero.
Just because
Okay,
there's really
yeah.
nowhere else to classify it.
Anti-hero genre.
That's
They want to make more, but they
the
haven't.
only one I can think of off the top of my head is Hancock. You know?
I'm gonna shove his head up your ass.
Your head... his head up your ass.
His head
Up your ass.
Okay, I'm gonna shove his head up your ass. Oh, I'm gonna shove his head
God damn it,
up his ass. His head
Up
up
your
your
ass,
ass,
and
and
your
your
head
head
up
up
his.
my ass.
Hancock's hilarious, dude.
It's so good. Cause I'm pretty sure it didn't.
My father says you're asshole. Call me an asshole. One more time. He just throws the kid up into the fucking stratosphere.
I love that movie.
That movie was amazing up until the end when it kind of jumped the shark, which is weird to say for Hancock, but I don't know. God, it was so fun. It's so fun.
Deadpool was pretty fun.
Deadpool was pretty fun.
Deadpool was a journey.
When did I know when we... Okay, so we're like 10 minutes into this episode, I think. Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Somewhere
I've
around
lost
there.
track already. I keep a vague idea of where we are.
Spider-Man, a carjacker just made off with someone's car. It was only a second ago.
Ah, the grand old days of New York before people decided that they needed to speak with their mouths. I miss
I better
the
hurry.
times of universal telepathic communication.
You know, yeah, and I was in New York when they only did mainly Universal.
You're a liar. You've never been to New York. No, I don't believe you.
I went when I was 14.
I do not believe you.
Easter weekend.
Nope.
It was terrible.
That's a lie.
Okay. That's where I got the gun pulled on me.
Nah.
Also a lie.
I've never had a gun pulled on me. I've had a knife pulled on me.
I've had a knife pulled on me plenty of times.
I've had lots of knives pulled on me. North Carolina was an interesting experience. That sounds like fucking sarcasm or a bit. It's not.
You said it. You told me some stories.
I've had many a knife pulled on me in North Carolina.
North Carolina, the safest state in the world.
Yeah. It's... I'm not gonna get into the reasons why. People make a lot of assumptions there for various reasons. Not all people. Absolutely not all people, but that specific school in that specific neighborhood.
Coming at ya.
I was picked on a lot.
Come on, Spider.
There were threats made.
Take a nap.
Someone tried to kill me in North Carolina. Like, shoved me in front of a speeding car.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, no, I've told you this story.
Have you? I'm stupid.
I was hanging out with a couple of friends, and we were fucking... I don't remember what we were seeing. We saw a movie together, and the movie theater was literally on the same road as my apartment complex. It's sort of like the edges here. It's just a group of apartment buildings all owned by the same people. And just up the hill about half mile, 3/4 of a mile, was a mall, and that mall had a movie theater and a Wendy's. My bus from my high school, because I was a freshman in high school at the time, dropped off at that mall because I went to high school 45 minutes away from my apartment, and that's a whole other story. And
What you need?
Yeah, no, it's one day decided to meet all my friends at the mall after I got out of class because they all went to school like 5 minutes away from the mall. We ended up meeting there to see a movie. We're walking home after the movie,
Sound good.
and this
I'll check
kid
it
from
out.
our middle school who was super pissed at me because about 5 months prior his girlfriend had punched me for, you know, trying to stop her from stealing from me, and had gotten suspended for it. So he was pissed at me. Comes up to us, starts following the five of us back to my apartment, and starts fronting up on me, you know, getting real mad, getting real energetic. We all knew something was gonna happen. I expected him to just deck me. So he came in, and I threw my hands up to like defend my face. He grabs me and just shoves me out into the road right next to us.
Now we turn it
Now
up.
the speed limit was like 45, so cars were doing like 50 and 60.
Yeah.
And I look over and I just freeze because there's a car about 20 feet away from me. Fortunately, my friend, who will forever have my thanks and be a fucking hero to me, grabs the collar of my fucking shirt and the necklace that I'm wearing and pulls me back onto the sidewalk before I can get hit.
Hopefully by now you
Kid just goes running, right? We were going to press charges on him, but we couldn't get his name.
Yeah.
And nobody was willing to give him up. Obviously, like why would they?
Yeah.
Stop those robbers. They're
But
holding up the
yeah,
armored
that was one of the times I've almost died. That
You
was
really
North
think you're
Carolina
going
was
to
an
win?
interesting experience.
Sure looks that.
That's about all I'll say about
Break time
that
is
for
over.
now.
I never told you I almost had my old Toyota stolen.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're hanging out, and it actually wasn't. It was after all the drug stuff happened.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, yeah, because you couldn't drive yet.
No, I could. I
Oh,
was 16.
oh, 16. Okay.
16 going on. Oh yeah, I could. I was
All right,
16.
baby, calm down.
Younger than me?
No, it's, never mind. Fuck off. It was a reference.
Oh,
I think it was a reference. I could have gotten it wrong.
What'd you say?
I was trying to make a Dirty Dancing reference.
Oh,
Take you
baby.
zig,
Okay,
but you
yeah.
should have zagged.
Anyway,
Better not
yes,
get
I'm younger
pizza
than you. Fuck
delivered
off.
this way. Shame on you. This is a traffic hazard.
Focusing on the fight.
Yeah, just okay.
No, you're good. Oh, the dodges. Go after the gun guy first. Oh. Spider sense. Oh. Anyway, Camry.
My Camry. It was. I think it was the 1 year anniversary of Ty's death, or like near there.
Ty was someone that Dane knew who died for, was it an overdose?
Overdose on himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
An overdose on hanging himself. Is that what you just said?
Overdose, then hung himself.
Then hung himself. Okay.
Overdosed on 3 different drugs and then hung himself.
Problems?
Okay.
And
guns. Someone is shooting over
there was
there.
just some shit happened in like Clyde, and there was just not good things happening around a lot of people. And I was driving through Clyde at night when all this shit was happening, and I'm like, oh, that shit doesn't look good. I should probably avoid that. It seemed like a firefight. It wasn't, but that's what it looked like.
Right.
Oh my god, machine gun.
Machine gun, yeah, that'll do a lot.
Try not to
No,
run into my
2
fist with
machine
your
gun.
face.
No, machine gun and a pistol. Okay.
Yeah.
Not quite as rowdy as she could have been.
Nah, but you know, rowdy enough.
Just rowdy enough for Spider-Man.
You guys are such a nuisance.
Anyway.
For you, I pull
Anyway, I'm riding through, and I stop at the light, and there's this big white dude who's right at my window, and he's just like tapping on my window, like, "Hey, buddy, you want to open that window for me?" And I was sitting there like, "No, I would not like to." But he's like, "Well, I don't really care." So he grabs my door handle and opens my door, and he's like, "Get out of your car!" And I was like,
No.
I just screamed, "My friend's a cop." And he's like, "Do you think I care?" And then throughout all the myths, I guess someone saw him doing that and was not okay with him standing in that location. Because he went up, slammed the guy in the face, decked him, and then popped me in the shoulder and then just ran away.
Okay.
I don't...
The guy that punched the guy that was trying to steal your car punched you.
Yeah.
For whatever fucking reason.
I think he was just like drunk and he was like, "I want fights."
One person.
Okay.
Oh, alright. And, I was just like, "Oh, alright. I guess I did something wrong." And so I just got home, and I'm like, Mom, my car almost got stolen today. She's like, yeah, but it didn't, so you're good.
Yeah, come back to me when it does get stolen, you little whiny fuck. Fuck, bitch, then we'll talk. Yeah, my car got stolen.
That actually happened.
To be a 3-hour tour.
My mom's old car got stolen, and then she found it
Well, I'll do
down
what
the
I can.
road. Just found it? The people who stole it lived like down the road.
So what'd she do? Just take her key, unlock it, and drive it home?
She went to their, because it was one of the girls in her class. She went to her parents and was like, hey, your daughter stole my car.
That's gotta be the dumbest fucking car thief.
Well, because she thought that my mom lived in Clyde, not in Green Springs.
About to get wet.
Oh.
Oh. Go for
She
Slim.
thought that
Nothing better than
that girl didn't think my mom lived there, where she lived, like, near her.
So, I will admit to being completely out of the loop. Are you just doing side missions to get hero points?
Yeah, I didn't hear one.
I can't believe I got washed
Oh,
all the way over here.
So I delivered pizza for about 6 months this past year. So like end of last year, beginning of this year. And you know this.
Yeah.
I don't think I've told you this story. There was this one day I was delivering in London, Ohio. So it was about
Hang on.
45 minutes drive from my house. But it was a training thing because our store hadn't opened yet. They were opening a new location in Gahanna. And, man, you could probably figure out where I worked from that information or whatever. Point is, delivering pizza in London, Ohio. And there's this one night where I had a particular delivery that took me to, like, the super... Because London is, like, just white trash sketch all over the place. But, god damn, do they tip well.
So I'm pretty sure that all they ever do for any occupation is delivery.
Funny fact, delivery of some kind. The man I delivered to lived in a beat up, rundown house, probably 45, 50-year-old house, just out in white trash nowhere, in the middle of the shittiest subdivision
That's
that
my
you
New
can
Country
imagine.
album.
What's up?
White trash nowhere?
Yeah.
I'm down with that sickness.
There's a chase that just sped
And he comes out, like I knock on the door and I'm waiting there for like 30, 40 seconds and it's like a screen door and the door inside is open. I can see inside. I can just smell the smoke. Right, just no specific kind of smoke, like all kinds of smoke.
All
Like
inclusive smoke.
4 or 5 different things are being smoked in this house. And I can hear like a bunch of angry voices yelling. I can hear like poker chips hitting tables and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like 5'5", 5'6" man comes out, stocky build, wearing a green, crisp, brand new tracksuit, like an Adidas tracksuit. And he comes out and says, "You have pizza for me?" Yes, sir. And I hand him like the 6 pizzas he'd ordered. He pulls out this big fucking wad of cash, like hundreds, and like 50s. And it was like it's like a $70 order. He pulls out 100, hands it to me, and says, "Keep the change."
Oh my god.
And just turns and goes back inside. And that's how I sold pizza to a Russian drug dealer. You know what? He might have been from the Ukraine. I don't know.
Very true. However, you know who was from the Ukraine? Dennis Stoff.
I don't know who that is.
He was the lead singer of Asking Alexandria after their old lead singer was like, I'm gonna go be a bitch and make country music now.
Oh boy, the best kind of music.
And then decided he didn't want to live in America anymore. So he left and went back to the Ukraine.
I don't want to be here.
Didn't tell the band, fucking ghosted them. Didn't
Jesus.
let anybody know. Told no one. And I was just like, you could have at least been like, yeah, I don't want to be in the band anymore. And then the band would have been like, alright, cool. Whatever. But he got on a plane and left. Told no one.
All right then. That's one way to quit your fucking career. That's one way to make sure nobody will hire you.
Yeah, and then he put out, oh my god, this made me so mad. So they got the old lead singer. So for context, the new lead singer that left the Ukraine's name was Dennis Stoff.
That person
The
is going
old
to
first
fall.
lead singer of Asking Alexandria was Danny Warsnop. And their lead guitarist, which is important, is Ben Bruce.
Okay.
So, Ben Bruce
Hang on.
and Danny Warsnop are both friends from the UK. They decide they want to make a band, but all their other friends don't want to leave the UK. Whatever. So,
Fine.
whatever.
You know what? You don't want to leave your home country. That's fine.
We'll just
Don't
all
worry.
go to the United States and cool, whatever. So Ben and Danny go to the United States. They live in a Texas Walmart parking lot for 3 years.
Don't worry.
Really?
Because they just
Like in a van or something?
in a shopping cart and a little Dodge Neon.
Was it at least an SRT4?
No, but they were sleeping in hotels.
Oh, okay,
Like,
that's fine.
they were sleeping in hotels around it. It was like in a big city, Texas, not
Okay.
the outskirts.
Like Austin or Houston or something?
Yeah, something that has a lot of stuff. But so they wrote their first album in that called Stand Up and Scream, and
Spidey!
That sounds like how I take exams.
yeah. And actually,
stand up in the middle of an exam period and start screaming.
Oh, man. I'm so sorry.
there's a song they have on there called "A Prophecy."
Good time to put the controller down.
Yeah,
Was this trap for me?
there's a
or
song
you?
called "A Prophecy" on the album, and if you know the song, it's actually about
Good,
him
awesome.
having a New
But
Year's
you lose
Eve,
points for
a
stupid-
New Year's Day party with some of the staff at the Walmart because they went in and bought stuff every day
Which of you
because they felt bad for
geniuses
living
came
in the
up with
parking
this
lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So they
that's
bought
fair.
like $100 worth of stuff almost every other day,
All just get along.
so they could still feel okay.
To justify staying in the parking lot all
Yeah,
the time.
and so they were invited to a New Year's Eve party.
So they're paying Walmart rent.
Yeah, basically.
Surprise? You shouldn't
And
have.
The Prophecy is about that New Year's Eve party and how there was an actual record label guy there.
At the New Year's party?
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey,
It's
do you
going to
guys
hurt
need a
someone.
deal?" And
Really?
they were like, "Yeah." They were like, "Yeah." And he was from Sumerian Records. This was back when they weren't really that big, so it made sense they were hanging out.
Ha, Sumerian Records. Nice.
Yeah, I was happy.
No, I figured. You want to give that comment context, or
I'm a practicer of Sumerian faith.
there you go,
That's
context achieved. And while you run to this next story event, listen to Bruce Campbell's wonderful voice, I'm gonna hit the bathroom.
All right, and then I'll continue talking about one of my favorite bands.
You can keep talking. I'm going to the bathroom. Or do you want me to hear it? Is it that important to you?
Not really.
That's okay.
Can you also fill me a drink later?
What?
Get me a drink when you're down in the restroom?
Yeah, I will.
Thanks. But so, Danny Worsnop and them, they talk to this guy. Again, I hope I got all my details right. I may not. And if I don't have them all right and you have like a source or you have a way that you can show me that I am incorrect, I would love to know so that I know I have the right information. Back to me talking about this at length. So they get these other people who are American in the band, and they're really enjoying themselves. They finally get this album out. They're going on tour, and then they all get into drinking and drugs, and some crazy shit happens. And three of them almost die from alcohol poisoning, and Danny almost dies from taking too much cocaine at once. And Ben basically is hospitalized for 3 weeks and unable to tour because he does too much heroin.
What do you want?
The vanilla Coke and room. Thanks. And so they go through all this, and then they almost don't make their next album. Then they do, called Reckless and Relentless, basically explaining how life on tour is so much different than everyone thinks it is. And being a rock star is really actually hard work because you almost die every day. There's a line in a song called Closure. It's one of my favorite musical lyrics ever because it really showcases how a rock star lives their life. The line is, "They say I can't live a day in the real world. You wouldn't survive one night in mine." Because it's rock star world and there's a lot of drugs. It's just a fuck ton of drugs. What?
I said, but is it enough drugs?
Never! Ask Nikki Sixx with his stupid radio show. Also ask Nikki Sixx if he should ever wash his hands after using the restroom. He'll probably say no because he's a disgusting fuckbag.
Like, okay. I am a huge fan of 6 a.m.
So am I.
They're fucking... their music is so good.
It's so good.
But Nikki Sixx, he runs a radio show, too, like, all the time. And one of the bits... Huh? Oh, yeah. One of the bits that he did, he was just talking about, all these people, man, like, they wash their hands after they use the bathroom to get all their penis stuff off their hands. No, I wash it before I use the bathroom so I don't get other people's hand and penis stuff on my penis. I don't care if I get my dick stuff on anyone else. I just don't want theirs on me. Like, dude!
Wash your fucking hands.
I love your music, man. Wash your fucking hands. Never shake Nikki Sixx's hand, because the last thing it touched was his dick. You know what? Unless you want to touch Nikki Sixx's dick.
In which case,
shake his fucking hand.
Wait till he goes to the restroom. Then shake his hand.
Yeah, then shake it. Well, I mean, considering he probably hasn't washed it since before, there's probably some dick in there somewhere. And it's Nikki Sixx. There's always some dick involved.
Nikki Dicks.
I knew you'd do it. I knew you'd do it. I knew it.
I better get down there fast.
I'm so proud of you, Dane.
Why?
I'm not.
Anyways, I'm going to continue with my band history. So then they make another album, which is a Skid Row cover album. Which is actually really good, but it makes Danny Worsnop go like, well, now I want to do rock music because this music's getting old. So they write a whole album with screaming, and then they do one thing called the Rock Remix, the Death of Me Rock Remix, my least favorite song by Asking Alexandria to this day. I am perfectly fine if you want to be a rock singer, or if you want to change the rock styling of the band. However, learn how to write it first, then make the song. That song is fucking terrible. I don't care what you say. It is not a rock song. It's a wannabe rock song. And those are the worst. Because there's rock. And there's wannabe rock.
So you're saying like everything Adam Gontier did solo after he left 3 Days Grace?
Yeah, until Santa Sonia.
Santa Sonia is so good, dude! I love it.
Wannabe rock is one of the worst things on this planet.
You're right. Like, no, trust me, as someone who pretty much, of all the genres of music, rock is the only one that, I'll listen to pretty much anything. Rock is the only one that I'll, hardcore care about.
Yeah.
I am 100% there with you.
And I'm perfectly fine. The thing that sucks about...
Oh, look, walking boobs.
Yeah. The thing that sucks about...
So what's the hunk superpower?
I mention how much I love Black Cat, because I really love Black
You
Cat.
have.
Okay, cool.
The thing that sucks about...
Red is easily impressed, isn't she? Shouldn't you try to find somebody more your speed?
Just what I needed. Love advice from a thief.
Are you still sore
What'd you
about
say?
that statue?
Just what I needed, love
I
advice
gave
from a
it to the
thief.
cops already. I was just having some fun with
She's
you.
basically saying,
Cute.
man,
Trying to figure
who
out what
cares?
happened.
Fuck me.
Anyway,
But,
my
literally.
original point was, why are you still
Her
bothering
hair
with a
is,
normal girl?
she's one of the two
Normal
characters
is
with hair
boring.
physics in this game.
She has mom hair.
Normal is half my life.
She has Cortana hair.
At least it's supposed to be.
She does have Cortana hair.
Why?
Can I address something that I'm going to say?
Why
Well,
settle for being
I hope so.
slow
Cortana's
when you
hot.
can be
You're
a
right.
Superstar?
You know, Halo 2 had
Now, I was
issues
gonna tell you
because
about
people
Shocker.
thought, I mean,
But you're
well,
obviously
rightfully so, that Cortana was naked.
Shocker?
Yeah.
And, that
What
you
about
can't have nudity in video
Got out of
games.
prison a little while back
Nope,
when he was
never.
back in the city.
Even though the game's
Now
rated
I can show you
M.
where he's hiding
Even
out.
though
Show me.
years before, literal years before,
But
PS2 years before,
Yeah?
there was a game that came out on the PlayStation
Let's
2 called the Playboy.
Come on now. Don't fall behind.
I'm just nodding my head slowly.
It was literally just a game where you took pictures of Playboy, but fucking Spider-Man. Listen,
I knew I should have kept
Buddy.
an eye on that guy. Still, I was a little...
I mean, not to mention the Leisure Suit Larry games, which have been around for
oh my
ages.
god.
Wait, oh, that was close. That was close. Good recovery.
Thank you.
Oh, and you lost it.
Nope.
Are you sure about that? Because you look like you lost
Oh, I lost it.
it. Nah, have you played any of the Leisure Suit? Oh, Jesus.
I have.
You have? Okay. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
Dude!
For those not in the know, we're doing that a lot. Leisure Suit Larry was a video game series from the late...
Spider-Man, you fucking moron.
I mean, Yeah, there it goes.
Dude.
Hey, at that point, a
Oh my
wipe
God.
was probably the best you could
Yeah.
hope for. The Leisure Suit Larry series ran from the mid-90s. What was it, like 96, 97, somewhere in
I thought it
there?
started in 92.
Could have been.
Because it was DOS, wasn't it? The first one was MS-DOS.
They were absolutely DOS games. Came out around the same time as like King's Quest 4 and 5.
Then it was
and-
then it probably was like 90,
So what's the
95,
hunks?
96.
Okay. And then ran through the early 2000s into the PS2 era. They were just point-and-click adventure games where you play as an absolute scumbag named Larry, and your goal was to find women, hit on them, get them to show you their breasts.
You're
and-
also... Some scumbags can get them. Larry cannot. Larry
cannot.
is ugly.
Yep.
He was just... He was the kid you met who wore the fedora in high school and then kept it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
my original
Because I wore a fedora in high school.
Why are you
I
still
proudly
bothering
wore a
with
fedora
the
because I wore it with a
normal
suit.
Normal
Because I had that
is
little striped
boring.
fedora with a striped suit, and I wore it together.
Was it a
'Cause-
fedora or a trilby?
It
It was fedora.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it all came as one piece.
I mean, seriously.
And so I was like, well, I'm going to wear the hat with the
Myself for
suit.
being some
So you weren't the fedora asshole. You were the suit asshole.
Yeah, but I wore it when I would wear
I
the
was
suit.
gonna tell you about
which was-
Sugar,
Dude, the
Almost
top
never.
hat suits you
but
so
you're
much better.
obviously busy sulking.
Yeah.
I want to insert a picture of you in a top hat here. So go ahead and skip this cutscene, and then pause it, and we'll jump cut, and you send me a picture of you in the top hat.
There's multiple on Facebook.
That's I'm all right. I'll
How did
fucking
you
find it
find
when I edit
Shocker?
the video.
I can.
Spidey.
Okay.
Spidey.
Quentin
Oh, that's
Dude.
cool.
Seriously?
Ugh.
I knew I
I love
should've
this
kept a
game.
better
I
eye on
really
that
do,
guy.
and I'm
It's-
saying that completely sincerely.
It's
wasn't
it's fun. Like, it's so much fun.
It's so janky.
That's
it-
kind of why I love it.
It feels so good to play, and then you hate it, and then you remember why you love it. There you go, and that's how gravity works.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
You know how many times I've abused that particular mechanic to get onto the top of a building?
Multiple?
So many. Like, uncountable. Innumerable number of times. That was... What the fuck?! What the actual fuck?!
I'm just that good.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you sure that's the
I
word?
got good.
I was just going
I-
easy on you before.
I can't even dispute it. Because all evidence points to the fact that you're abusing these bugs.
And I'm not intentionally.
I like that she's just like, Spidey, are you okay? I'll wait. Like,
Like, I'm a patient cat.
that just emphasizes that she's letting you keep up with her. Well, alright.
A patient cat. She's not Catwoman.
Yeah, she is. They're the same character.
How far is
Yes,
this
but
place?
she's not called Catwoman.
You're right. But she's Black Cat, so the pun still works.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was Black Widow.
That's
That's different characters. Same company.
universe.
Very same universe. Very different characters.
Yeah. I mean, Black Widow, Silver Sable, Black Cat, all kind of fall into that badass female ass kicker in the super tight leather category.
Which I'm a fan of.
Are you? I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people are. I'm among them.
I'm a fan of them for one, the leather, and two,
I mean, there's no reason to lie about it.
two because fucking women empowerment's pretty goddamn cool.
Yeah, you're fucking right. Like, there's no reason denying that, yes, they're incredibly attractive characters. That's part of their design. That's intentional.
But
But-
they keep themselves attractive because they can,
Because they're badass.
and they also have to stay in shape,
Well,
or else they would fucking fail. Anyway,
This, I believe, is the warehouse you can come to later to fight bosses.
Okay.
This is like the closest they come to telling you. Is it? I think so. Yeah, it is. Okay. Because what you would do is you'd run in there, and then you'd see like floating icons, and each one would have you cannot leave. And each one would tell you like, hey, level 1, 2, or 3, and that's how many bosses you fight. But guess what? Mandatory boss in any and all
I
Spider-Man
don't know
games.
how you found me, but there's no way you're getting me this time.
The
Hey,
Shocker.
You look different somehow. Have you been reupholstered?
Still a comedian, huh?
Come on, Spider. Let's take this guy out.
I love that line. Also, you're about to get gameplay. May want to put. All right, jump cut. So you want to run when he does this. There you go.
Okay. That looked like a good idea. What I
Oh,
did.
dude. I don't like doing shout outs. Well, okay. I totally do. Shout out to a good friend of mine, Tyler, who made Staff Sergeant in the Air Force.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Did you see him recently or?
I did.
Yeah.
I did get to see him recently. No, dude, that's awesome. Black Cat's fighting them. That's cool.
Oh my god.
I get it.
Dude, you get the points for that. Awesome. Way to go, Felicia Hardy. Who's a better character than Mary Jane, hands down. Like, fucking no doubt in my mind. Oh no! You kidding?
I'm being mildly inconvenienced.
How dare you, sir?
Sucks.
I feel like you're going through stages without realizing you're going through stages. Not like it's just hard to tell.
Yeah.
Almost. Run. Fucking run.
He just.
I know, you got combo locked. Ooh.
Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm good.
Getting good. Getting good. You're back in the zen. You're in it. You got this. Ignore that man. He will kill you. We've already established that the bosses can't kill you. It's impossible. He's in the air. Oh, run. Oh, run. Nope. That's a death ragdoll.
Dang it.
And you know what? I think we will have our next attempt next time.
All right.
See you tomorrow.